Hi, I'm Doggone. Welcome to Spain, Europa Universalis 4. I'm not a very good Europa Universalis 4 player, not very good at all. And you'll notice that any of you who play this a lot will notice, wow, look at you go, Portugal, 24 light ships. Woo! I really haven't even figured out trade yet. But let me take you through. You see where we got very little treasury, but we have a really solid monthly income of 44 ducats a month. We have great manpower, great stability, great prestige, great legitimacy, which is rising. Prestige falls or decays. And right now, our power projection is very low because I haven't been to war in forever. It's been a very peaceful playthrough. Let me click on political mode. I'll take you through. Not sure whether to assume you know EU4 or not. So I guess I'll just split the difference and just take you through. If you know EU4, if you know it really well, you're going to see lots of errors here. Okay. I enjoy playing this, but I'm a very noob at it. I've been playing at the EU series for several years now, and I really enjoy. I've played around with Crusader Kings 2, and so I think I have Victoria 2. I don't know that I've played it yet in my Steam library. Favorite and forget, right? So let me just carry you through. I'm not a good player by any means, but I just enjoy messing around. So as in EU4, you get to pick a power, a nation, if you will, and play as that nation for as long as you like. And you can either play very proactively, very aggressively, like with war, or you can play lots of different ways. It's very much not like Civ, though. Much more complex than the Sid Meier Civ series. Although I love Civ, it's it's got a lot less variables involved than you have here. For instance, by the way, the music is off. I tried to here you can see the nations who have good opinion of us in green and bad opinion of us in red. The Ottomans don't like us because we have them set as our rivals. Tunisia doesn't like us. I'd love to set Tunis as a rival, but I can only set France. I don't know why. This would be a good time to attack France because they're much weaker. However, I've been working all game to improve relations with France and keep them off our backs while I peacefully go about other stuff. We actually have I don't know if you noticed, a royal marriage with France. Sorry, France. We have a royal marriage with Naples, with Portugal, and with England. Now, we've been best buds with Portugal since day one, but Portugal is kind of being a pain. They're kind of being that irritating little brother, constantly getting in wars and picking on people, and I have to go answer the call and go, bail them out of trouble. And they get all the prestige and the power projection, and all I get is, they send me sweet rolls every Monday. So I've been playing a lot of Pope game this game. We are the currently the defender of the faith, although we're not the papal controller. I love the way this new papal influence thing works. You can see we have 7 cardinals, and so our influence increases 11 points per year. That's fantastic. In 10 years or less, we have enough papal influence to cash it in for a stability point. That is amazing. I can also cash it in for legitimacy or for prestige and other stuff. It's fantastic. So I really like this system a ton. Really love it. And I've come to rely on it. Buying stability is possible with admin power, but admin power is just about the most critical bottleneck resource in the game, and I've squandered it relentlessly. Also, Diplo power. We're doing good because we started out wealthy, and we had stuff to, we had stuff to burn here. Anyway, enough of this boring stuff. Let me tell you what happened, the history of our region. We started off as Castile with an immediate casus belli against Granada. Here's Spain. You see the North Africa provinces of Spain, the Iberian Peninsula provinces, and the Mediterranean provinces of Spain. We captured Granada in 2 small conflicts early on, and we stayed, although Aragon at first started off not liking us very much, in fact even rivaling us. We eventually got into the event. There's a special event that rolled that gives us a chance to join our kingdoms into Spain, and I accepted that event, and eventually was able to diplo, annex, and integrate Spain. Although, Aragon. Although there is some rebellion province in these, some unrest. You can see we're barely keeping the unrest suppressed here in these Aragonese nations. Yeah. The problem is when our stability drops to 0, the unrest pops up in Aragon pretty quick. After the Granada stuff, Portugal led us into conflict with Morocco, and then Tunisia, not Tunisia, but Tlemcen. And man, after a while, looks like everybody else has dropped there. Yeah. Morocco, Fez, okay. Good. I've spent a ton of admin power and diplo power converting these provinces to the one true faith, and then converting the culture. That is ridiculously expensive to convert the culture. And that's one of my many mistakes. The autonomy is never going to go down. It's considered an overseas province, although it's just across the state of Gibraltar. And it's a real shame because man, this has got a gold mine here, and I think the gold flows into our. This is the annual amount. I think that flows in as part of our. You can see we've got 7.46 ducats per month. So about 4 of that is from here in Tafilalt. It's one of the reasons I went ahead and took Tafilalt. Well, we had several casus belli against Morocco. We in Portugal did, and finally I just got tired of it and just started chewing up Morocco, and I took Morocco, and then the big mistake was integrating it, diplo annex. Buying out the cores, creating the cores, and then changing the culture. And then I did the same with Tlemcen, and that's been very expensive, but we've had it's been a relatively peaceful playthrough. I played as the papal, what do you call it? Defender of the faith? Yeah, we're defender of the faith. Nobody has called us in. I like all these Cardinals, man. Nobody has called us in. So, fascinating. And live in harmony. Religious unity and live in harmony. No effects. Okay. I'd like to get my tolerance of heathens up higher. Born to the green. Tolerance of heretics as well. However, I have a national decision passed the Conventicle Act, which will hammer my tolerance of heretics even worse and will cause my relations with England to deteriorate further because they have a heretic religion. We had a royal marriage with England, and they had no heir. The Queen was like 65 with no heir, and then suddenly there's a ruler with an heir. Well, I guess she died, and now Henry Byron is the heir with an average claim. Shucks. Do not have the same ruling dynasty. I had Portugal went through the same thing. They had a king in his 60s, no heir, and I thought I had a good shot. You see that second line? On monarch death, royal marriages with Britain, there's a Regency Council, and Spain, Alfonso XII. Our guy succeeds to the throne. So this guy, who's 33, and is far better than this guy. Unfortunately, this guy is not the same dynasty as Aragon. He is the same dynasty as the ruler, the dynasty as the ruler of Naples. It's possible we could accede to the throne of Naples, which would be really cool. I like to play some Italian game. However, I had to decline a national decision, what do you call it? A mission to take Corsica, which is the last holdout of Genoa. I had to decline that because Genoa is allied with the Papal State. And man, I love me them Papal State points, and I hate to lose them, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, man? Really hate to lose those Papal State points. Warned by Austria. CB against Venice, Naples, Provence, Bosnia. Papal State is allied with France, Ferrara, Genoa, and Modena. Of course, they couldn't call in these. Oh man, France. Everybody's trying to improve. Yeah. And they're improving our opinion of them. That's fascinating. That's great. You go. Papal State. I can't. No, this form of government won't allow. So I could take an alliance with them. If I were to take an alliance with the Papal State, in the first place, I think that would get me into unending trouble. I don't want to be fighting Bosnia, man. Where's Bosnia? Right down here. I don't want to mess with this stuff. I like having clean, contiguous borders. I don't like having stuff. This bothers me out here. Messina, Palermo, Sardinia, Mallorca. All this bothers me. Malta, I keep forgetting about Malta. Because, man, they're all spread out. I like everything nice and tidy. We have one colony. Yay. Martinique. Beautiful. It's already halfway done, man. Nice. Sugar plantations. That's a beautiful. Is it already making this? Is it already making that? Man. I wasn't going to play the colony scheme in this playthrough, but I took a decision that gave me a colonist. I was like, why not, Let's see. Look around Europe here. It's been Western Europe has been fairly quiet. England, Scotland, kind of minding business. France. Burgundy has kind of been whittled down to almost nothing. Austria's doing pretty well. Hungary's doing fine. Milan has grown. Savoy has grown. I'm not totally down. I'm kind of going. The Papal State grew pretty quickly. Let's see. The Ottomans are still hanging in just fine. Naples owns that. Those two provinces, huh? Moscow. is the big loser in this particular sim. Muscovy is down to 2 provinces, it looks like. Kaluga and Moskva. And don't know about anything else out in these lands. Mamluks are hanging around, though. I'll tell you what, Tunis was very interesting. Tunis was creeping westward into Tlemcen before I got involved, and took a few provinces from Tlemcen. They were having non-ending wars, which helped me to take Morocco and then Tlemcen, because Tlemcen was occupied over here somewhere. But these are, except for the Mediterranean coastal provinces, these are not particularly rich provinces. And because I like clean borders, I'm going to want everything, the cost for me of absorption is very high, because I got to convert everything, and then I got to, change cultures and whatnots. What else? What else is going on? Portugal is probably in the lead of the colony game. They've done very well. They got Portuguese Brazil down here. They got lots of little colonies dotting all over the place. I looked around real carefully. I'm late to the colony game. It's January 1558, and I'm late to the colony game, but I did go ahead and decide to check out the Caribbean, and I never did any exploring myself over here, so this is just what I've learned mostly from Portugal, because they're my best friend forever. We helped Portugal, I don't know how many wars, at least 4 wars against these people, against Guinea, Mali, and somebody else, Jolof. These were originally African state colonies, and Portugal took them. They've also been colonizing down here a little bit, and more power to them. I just didn't want to mess with that. Plans. I don't know. Right now I'm kind of just responding to the pop-ups. I thought for a long time I had a really solid end to absorb Portugal. I'd love to peacefully absorb Portugal. They're too large to vassalize. Where's it? Influence? Yeah, they're too large to vassalize. They're too wealthy to vassalize. But I'm keeping up our relations. We're at plus 200 both ways, and keeping up a royal marriage with them. Every time the marriage gets broken, we offer another one. So they have royal marriage with England and with Spain. We currently have no casus belli. Our mission is turn Martinique into a city. I guess that means a full colony. That should happen here within 3 years or so, I'm guessing. Thought I had en route into inheriting England for a while, then Portugal for a while. But I'm kind of going to play a slow royal marriage game. I'll keep a couple or 3 royal marriages at all times and see if I get lucky and inherit somebody. Decisions. Truce will expire. Don't need to see that. Don't need to see Dan. Don't need to see that. All right, Magnus. We are working on converting Magnus. About my 4th alliance offer from France. No, I don't want to take it, and here's why. I want your stuff, not Hungary, Scotland, Naples, and the Papal State. They're a target of the coalition of Austria. France has a pretty checkered history. And England, Austria, and Poland are rivals. Add Burgundy and Tunis as enemies. 4 royal marriages. Hungary, Scotland, Naples, and us. No. And our relationship will take a hit, but it'll get better. I realized I've probably been playing the building game a little bit too much. Here's something I discovered. From this little menu, you can build land units, naval units. It tells you in green what provinces you can build them in, how long it'll take, and how much it'll cost. We're up to really good infantry now compared to what we started with. Buildings. Let's see. Constable, local production efficiency. It takes 10 admin power to build these. And yet, it can really enhance tax income, production income. Like in this case, Constable cost 40 ducats, and it would return us an annual 0.78 ducats, 78 cents. So 40 going to take us 50 to 60 years to recoup our investment. But with because this game goes to 1821, that's not a bad deal at all. Here's it, $1.23. Let's go with that. Now that does take admin power. Who just died? Military guy. We go through these military guys so fast. We go for 2 1-1s. I like to always keep these, because these numbers add up. Oh man, what? I don't want to. Man, it's going to be expensive. What? Back. Why is it grayed out? This land maintenance modifier is also maintenance costs go down, so I love having that, but I'm not paying 19 ducats a month for that. Ooh. Discipline is, there we go. Man, I don't want a level 2 military guy. We're doing fine. Plus 5 per month. Military power is just about the least useful. I'm just gonna wait. Leave that empty. Who do I want to send? I'm good with there. Let's send some guy to France and work on. Yeah. Important to keep up. Let's see. Yeah, improve. Send. I just keep a guy in the papal state in Roma. So I didn't finish going through the buildings. So there are buildings. Here, it gives you a list of provinces where you can make a core and tells you what your overextension is. Here's where you can send missionaries. Here's a list of local autonomy. We got a lot of provinces with some amount of local autonomy. That steadily goes down. And then culture change. You see, I can actively click on, I can spend 96, I can spend 100 Diplo points and it will convert dry to Castilian culture, or 125 and convert Sus to Castilian culture. Which, what it does is, you see the modifiers that this culture gives me. Tax modifier down 1/3 right off the bat. Unrest goes up. Yeah, go ahead and recall him. So, what else? Let's see. Constable. Where else could I build a constable? That would return me some good. These Moroccan and Tlemcen states really have not returned much at all for me. And that was a big mistake. I spent a lot of money to integrate them, and we'll never get a return from it. Trade. Right now, I am completely slamming on trade. I do not know how trade works. I've listened and listened to explanations of it and read it and studied it and still don't get it. See, I don't even know if I should build trade buildings here down in Clemson. Courthouse I get though. Local unrest down 1. Local tax modifier at 10%. I like the courthouse. And it lets you build spy agency next, which gives you a plus 20% tax modifier. So even though courthouse is not going to really improve the game around here, the town hall might. Now, I heard a very interesting point in a Let's Play the other day. And the point was this. Always save your admin power and diplo power for ideas, for technology and ideas. I hadn't realized for the longest time that maritime ideas was diplo power, not admin. I kept thinking this was admin and was wondering why this wasn't going up. So, England, go ahead and recall diplomat. Local trade power, good, Valencia. Local tax, trade power, tax, man. You go, Valencia. Sweet. Tax income efficiency, 235%. Woo! Baby. Can I build anything? Nothing that will help. No help the tax base. Sweet. Good land. Cost me 118 ducats for this guy. Oh, they were grayed out because I couldn't afford them. I forgot about that. So I think I really royally screwed up by building a ton of buildings in these various provinces, like Castilla la Vieja. Does that mean Castle of the View? The View? Don't know. Buildings. Look at all the buildings I built here. I built a temple. You know, just maybe I built way too. Despite, you know, I built manpower buildings too, and I'm like, not really sure why. I mean, I've had military power to burn, but that's probably why. Yeah, I really should probably build a courthouse everywhere in my core provinces. Well, all right, I'm going to go try to figure out the trade thing. Steering power and steering trade and trade nodes. Who's got the most trade income? Portugal with us is second. Portugal has 29 light ships, we have 23. Portugal has privateers. Can I steer? 2 trade routes. Genoa and Safi. trade. There we go. So yeah, we're steering Safi forward. We're steering Genoa forward. I just don't know what any of this really means. Alright, well, I'm going to play this for a little while, and I'll talk to you another day. Bye now.